Hey guys, I hope you're all well and staying blessed. In today's video, I'm going to be speaking about everything I have learned from the book, The 4 Agreements, and how you can literally change your life with the things I have learned that I now use in like a daily practice. I'm not joking, this book is full of wisdom and it's made me look at things so differently, and I want to come and bring this knowledge and wisdom to you guys. So the first thing I learned, and I actually did know this before over my readings that I've been doing for the past couple of years, I have learned that we are all one. That we are all one, we are all connected, and we are not separate. Although yes, we live in a place where we are the creators of our life. So this is my life, therefore I'm speaking to you guys and anyone that I have a conversation with. That person is a part of my reality, and I'm the creator of my reality, and it's the exact same for you. But understanding that we are all one, we are all the same. We are just given life differently. And once you truly realize who you are, everything will change for you. And what I mean by that is everyone actually comes on earth to serve a purpose, and maybe you don't actually know what your purpose is at this point in time, and that's okay. Some people know their purpose from when they're growing up. Some people, they know their purpose from when they're in their teenage years, or their 20s or 30s, or they don't know until they're 70 years old, and some people never know. And that's why it's really important that you actually stick through this video, you take down notes, and actually lock into everything I'm saying, because you can truly find your purpose by listening to the things that I'm about to say. So an example for me is I didn't really know my purpose until I was 20 or 21. Yeah, I think I was 21. So it was like around COVID times. I had a lot of trauma growing up, and I always thought like, what is my purpose here? I've been depressed for quite a couple of years of my life. And at this point, I'm just like, do you know what? Why am I here? Like, what am I serving on earth? I'm a mum, but I can't just be here to be a mum. And what I've learned is that I had to be someone that goes through trauma to actually be able to help others, to be able to come on the screen and to be able to speak words and actually be able to touch you behind the camera. And maybe for you, your purpose is that you are going to be an amazing wife, amazing mum. Maybe your purpose is that you're going to motivate people. Maybe your purpose is that you're going to create generational wealth for your family. There's so many different purposes that you can tap into, and you just have to find your true purpose. And once you know your purpose, your life will change. Understand that everything we know is something that we are taught from when we're younger. And the language that we learn, it doesn't matter what language you speak, but actually the language is a code. The code of magic. The words that we speak is actually magic. And that's why it's really important for you to be mindful of the things that leave your mouth. Energy shifts from one person to another through communication. And that's why sometimes you could speak to someone who's had a really bad day. You come off the phone to them and you've gave them all of your energy, trying to make them feel better, trying to motivate them, listening to them, just letting them speak. You come off the phone, maybe you get a headache, maybe you feel very overwhelmed, maybe now you feel sad. And that is because words that come out of your mouth, and that is because words transfer and words are magic. And you might think, okay, this is all very spiritual, but it's the truth. And I've not even gone into the book yet. And when I go into the book, you're going to be like, wow, everything makes sense. And I must say, I've read so many mindset books, so many motivational books, so many spiritual books over the past 3 years. And I would definitely say The 4 Agreements is up there with my top 3 spiritually awakening books. And if you haven't got it, I am not getting paid to tell you to get the book. So that's how you know you should get the book, because genuinely, it's made me view things so differently. And I've learnt things from this book that I now use when I speak to others. My cat's just having a ball. So one thing I did learn from the book, which is, it's a weird one because actually I did think this before. And then reading the books actually kind of like drilled into my head like, wow, this is actually like a true thing. Like maybe this is actually not just me that thinks like this. So it's that religions are literally codes of life that we learn. And it's just the same as like learning things. As a child, you learn through repetition, and it's the same with a religion. You learn to do things that are not sins. A sin is anything that you tell yourself, I don't want to do this, and you do it. That is a sin to self. So most religions will say you go to hell or heaven depending on the life you live on earth. So your afterlife will be heaven or hell depending on how you see your everyday life. And what this book teaches you actually is that depending on what you do, in your everyday life is actually where you are in terms of heaven and hell. It teaches you that, okay, in hindsight, let me just take that part away. Think of it like this. When you die, when you pass, you don't have eyes to see. You will just be a being, you'll be a soul, you'll be a spirit. Your soul will leave your body and you will be a spirit. Meaning you are still an energy. People can still feel you. You're an energy of light, okay? But going technically into it, you're not gonna feel that you are in heaven and hell if you can't feel it now, because the difference is we have eyes now, so we can see past our feelings. Does that make sense? And when you actually leave Earth, your soul leaves your body, you're now a spirit in this universe, you don't have eyes. Therefore, you're just a feeling. So the feelings we feel now, when we feel pain, when we feel love, are the feelings you will experience without seeing what's going on around you. So now let me go back and explain what the book actually teaches you. You're taught in your religion, most religions, not all, that heaven and hell is an afterlife. And actually what this book teaches you is to be mindful of your daily actions and the things you speak. Because heaven and hell is right now. And what do I mean by that? Well, anger, hate, jealousy, envy, this is all a feeling inside of you that is like a fire. When you're angry, you're fierce. When you hate someone, you're given negative energy. You're just like a fireball, ready to explode. Okay? And that is hell. These feelings you are living is hell. So if you're feeling like that now and you're seeing that in the world, that's exactly how you'll feel in your afterlife. So don't just think afterlife is where I'll go if I be a bad person. If you're a bad person, bad things will naturally come to you because you are a negative energy. If you are living in a place of hate, anger, you're torturing people, you're being mean, you're being a victim of your life. This is all feelings of hell. You are living in hell. And things like heaven is purity, love, happiness, positivity. It's all things light. And hell is all things dark. And that's why you have to be very mindful of believing anything that's a blueprint. Because again, you can believe whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to believe and what not to believe. But me thinking these things and then reading it in this book has really just solidified a lot of things for me. Just that we are told it's all about afterlife, but really and truly it's about right now. Because all that you are living is right now. And that's why life is a misconception, because we cannot see who we truly are. And you have to be mindful of the things you do daily and the words you speak out, because that is who you are becoming every single day. Understand that the most important agreements are the ones made with self, the ones you make with yourself. Whether that be, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have this morning routine, stick to that morning routine because that is who you want to be. If you want to go to university and you want to get a degree, keep showing up, keep doing their work. If you have to do overtime, if you have to work extra hard to get those A levels or whatever it is, I'm not sure because I've not gone to school for so long, but whatever it is that you have to do to be the best version of yourself, to really aim and achieve high, do it, because this is your life. So now going on to the book. This is the book, and I'm going to read some things out of the book and I'm going to speak on them. So agreement 1 is to be impeccable with self. And what that means is literally to be mindful of the words you speak. We've kind of gone over that, so I'm not going to dig into it too deep. But just be mindful of the words you speak, because the language is magic. And it's the same as like manifestation. The words you speak, you will manifest. If you speak negativity, if you are a negative person, you will attract negativity. And the same with positivity. If you wake up, you're positive, you have a positive attitude to life, you will attract that positivity. So in here, it's literally saying the word is the most powerful tool you have as a human. It's a tool of magic. So be mindful of what you speak. Depending upon how it is used, the word can set you free, or it can enslave you even more than you know. All the magic you possess is based on your word. Your word is pure magic, and misuse of your word is black magic. So in hindsight, again, it's the same as the heaven and hell thing. It's like if you speak dark, you're basically doing black magic. So you could be saying, like, you know, some people will be like, oh my God, they're a witch, they do magic, they do black magic, all of this stuff. Well, actually, anything dark is black magic. Does that make sense? And anything that's light is pure magic. And that's why we manifest things. because of the words we speak out into the universe. If you look at someone and you are not happy for them and you start giving them hate and envy and you're like, they don't deserve this, they don't deserve that, why are they happy and I'm not? That is literally black magic. You are casting out negative energy to that person. And what that's actually going to do is going to actually affect the way you feel, because whilst you're portraying it to someone else and you're making yourself feel better by saying these things, what you're actually doing is showing a reflection of who you truly are. And that is a low vibration, which is going to be the black magic, the hell, and the feeling of hatred, the feeling of anger, the feeling of fear. Just that whole world of just negativity taking over your life. And that's why you have to be mindful. Try and be grateful. If you say, for example, maybe you're single and you see people on the street and every time you see a couple holding hands, you're like, ugh, why are they holding hands? Oh, I wanna have a relationship like that. Instead, change it to, wow, I'm so excited that one day I will be able to express the love that they give to each other. They must be so grateful to have each other in their lives. Wow, the love they share with each other is really beautiful. Try and see things in a more positive aspect. In here it says, gossip is black magic at its very worst because it's pure poison. So when you're gossiping to people about maybe someone you saw on Instagram or a friend that you have, actually that hatred and that fear is actually just, again, a reflection on yourself. So be mindful of how you speak about others to people. And this is just a thing of like how to protect yourself from when people are portraying that negative energy towards you. It says, impeccability of the word will also give you immunity from anyone putting a negative spell on you. You will only receive a negative idea if your mind is fertile around the idea. So when people are like evil eye, I'm a big believer in evil eye, but I do think the more I'm learning about life, the more you think into evil eye, the more you think, if I post this and if I do this, someone's going to send their evil eye. Well, actually, you should look at life like this. My energy is so protected and I am so divinely guided that no one's going to be able to affect me with their spell casting or their negative energy or their evil eye. So how I foresee the world, if I see everyone in a positive way, and even if they have a bad day or there is people out there sending me negative energy, I know it's not going to touch me because I am protected and I know that I am a good person. I know that I emit light. And the second agreement is to not take anything personally, meaning live your life and just be you. Someone might be driving and pull out in front of you. Don't take it personally. This is your life, and if you take things personally, it's only going to affect you. Understand that whatever other people do has nothing to do with me. So if someone is a bad person and they portray that to me, it's not because I'm a bad person. It's because maybe they're having a bad day. It's because maybe they're in a negative energy. Just be careful of trying to get too caught up into having these feelings that everyone's out to get you. Just don't take it too personally. In here it says, even when a situation seems so personal, even if others insult you directly, it has nothing to do with you, what they say, what they do, and the opinions they give are according to the agreements they have with their own minds. Their point of view comes from all the programming they are receiving during domestication. Again, if someone views something differently to you, that's okay. We're all in our own worlds. We're all the creators of our own lives. We're allowed to see things how we want to see things. Don't see it as like a to the head, like you have to listen to me or you're wrong. Just don't take it personally. It's okay to have a nice debate with someone. It's okay to disagree with someone. It's okay to say no. That's something I'm learning. If you don't want to do something, you don't need to make excuses. Learn how to say no. In here it says, if a person tries to send you poison with the words they speak, if I take it personally, then I take on their poison and it becomes my poison. And just take that in. If we allow people's negative words and their negative energy to affect our lives, that is now going to affect us daily. So don't take anything personally. Agreement 3 is don't make assumptions. And this is a good one for me. I feel like I make assumptions a lot. And after reading this book, I definitely feel like I've changed my view on how I see things. If someone tells you something, don't doubt them. Take them for face value and believe them. Don't make assumptions until they give you a reason why you don't believe them. Remember, when you're gossiping about people and you're making assumptions about people, you are living in poison, you are living in hell. So whilst you're sitting there judging people and you're making assumptions on people, you're actually transferring very negative, low vibrational energy, and you are living in a place of hell. And that's why we shouldn't make assumptions. In here it says, it's always better to ask questions than to make an assumption, because assumptions set us up for suffering. I feel like I've been a victim of this. I have maybe spoke to someone in the past and I assume that they're going to do me wrong. And because I'm assuming that they're going to do me wrong, they do me wrong. And that's why we shouldn't make assumptions. We should go with the flow. We should just live in our true, authentic self. Maybe you're speaking to someone and you think that they're an absolute player. Okay, this is an example. Instead of just assuming this, ask them, are you someone that speaks to a lot of girls? Are you someone that you are, exploring multiple options whilst you're getting to know me? Be on this, the right understanding of who they truly are, and ask them questions. And when they tell you, believe them. Don't live in assumptions. We only see what we want to see, and we only hear what we want to hear. And that's why it's important, again, just to not make assumptions, because whatever we believe is what we believe. And we can make up a whole assumption about someone and it is not even true. And how would you feel if someone made assumptions about you? They had this whole perception of who you are, and that is not you. But to them, they've painted you as this picture. And to them, whatever they believe, whatever they see and hear is all that matters. If others feel they have to change you, that means that they don't really love you as you are. And that's because a lot of people, they have created this false image in their head of who they want you to be. They have assumed you as this person. And that's why you have to be mindful of the picture you paint for someone else. And you can only take someone as face value for who they tell you they are. And that's why asking questions is really important. Have you ever been in a place where you are maybe in love with someone and you think that you can change someone through assumption? You assume that you can change someone. Maybe they're lazy. And yes, you might be able to kick them up the bum and be like, come on, get out of bed, come on, go to work. But this person is lazy, and how they view the world is how they view the world. You can't assume that you will be able to take someone under the wing and change them. And I have done this. I've been there and done this. One of my relationships that I was in, I definitely thought, oh my God, this guy, in maybe 2 years, he's gonna love me more. I assumed that he would change. I assumed he would not cheat on me. I assumed that one day he would love me and just be a pure light for me. And actually what happened is he got worse. He started cheating on me. He started disrespecting me. He started to show me that he didn't really care. And that's because I assumed. And I shouldn't assume. I should take as a face value and ask questions. Where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself with me in the future? And communicate. Communication is so vital in life. Communication is genuinely the key, and the key of communication is the language that we speak. And that is about the first agreement, the being impeccable with the word you speak. The word you speak is powerful, and every single agreement that we speak about goes hand in hand, and it will just help you have a better understanding of life. The last thing I want to say about this is just when you do ask questions, I know sometimes you can ask someone a question and you think you know the answer or you have valid evidence. And if that is the case and you just don't believe this person, just don't talk to them, don't be with them, don't date them, whatever the situation is, walk away from it. Don't send yourself mad because your head and your heart is battling. But if you think something, ask questions, and if you get an answer, see that as the truth. Believe that that is the truth. Don't then assume that this is false. And the fourth and final agreement is to do your best. Always do your best. Always show up for yourself. Always be the best version of you. Make them habits that are going to create you the best life that you can possibly live. Live in heaven and not in hell. Speak words of magic and not black magic. Be positive and not negative. All of these things are just going to help you to do your best. If you want to achieve opening a business and making a certain amount of money a month, do your best to get there. Whether that is reading business books, whether that's watching podcasts, whether that's taking courses, whether that's going to university, whatever it is you have to do, do your best. Focus on the process and not the goal. And I feel like a lot of people will focus on the goal. And yes, the goal is important, don't get me wrong. But if you want to build a house, you know, you need to know how you want to build the house. You need to know the structure. You need to get people in to be able to build the bricks. You need to have an idea in mind of where do you want to put your sofa? How do you want your kitchen layout to be? Is this cupboard going to be enough cupboard to have your pots and pans, your plates and your bowls? You have to focus on the process and not just the end goal, okay? So have that vision in mind of something that you wish, but the process is so important, because if you're building a house and you rush the house and you're just having, you know, bricks and water and maybe there's cracks, eventually your house will crumble and your goal will not be as perfect as it could be because you're so focused on the end result and not the process. This is an example from the fourth agreement. Most people go to work every day just thinking of payday and the money they will get from the work they are doing. They can hardly wait for Friday or Saturday, whatever day they receive their money, and can take time off. They are working for the reward, and as a result, they resist work. They try to avoid the action and it becomes more difficult, and they don't do their best. And see it as, if you're working a job for a paycheck and you're just trying to go out every day, what you're going to do is you're going to spend money, you're going to be in a, I don't want to wake up on a Monday, you're going to get drunk, you're going to spend all your money on the weekend. You're just going to live in this cycle of paying your bills and then saving for a pension, and then you die with nothing. And that is the truth. See life as, go and get a job that makes you happy. And yes, you're going to focus on a payday because you have bills to pay and you have holidays to go on, you have Christmas to spend money on and birthdays. I get it. You want to look good. You want to feel good. But if you're working a job that you're happy in, and that is the most important thing, don't work a job because of money. Work because you are happy. Work because you love the people you work with, or the things that you do, or the people you network with. Work and do your best in work. Focus on that process, because what that's going to do is, if you're doing your best, that's actually going to help you to achieve making more money, which means you're going to have more freedom, because you will get promotions in work. People see your hard work and actually be like, wow, you deserve a promotion. Stop focusing on that payday. Stop focusing on that end goal. Focus on the process. And before I end out the video, I just want to say, like, letting go of the past and letting go of these old thoughts about yourself is really important for you to be able to move on. And I would definitely suggest getting this book and going into more depth. I don't want to ruin the whole book and just keep saying things and speaking about topics I've learned from it or my opinion. Go and get this book. It's 138 pages long. Get this book. I'm telling you, it will be one of the best investments you've made with yourself, because it teaches you how to be wise in your everyday life and to have a better life. And happiness is freedom. And if you have happiness and freedom, you will be abundantly rich in your happiness, in your mind, in your relationship. And before we end out the video, I'm going to say an affirmation that I want you to either repeat back to yourself or just take it in and close your eyes when I say the affirmation. Something I do on my channel. I feel like it helps us to engage and just be at peace with the ending of the video. And the affirmation for today's video is, I understand that the words I speak are pure magic, and that is why I manifest the best for myself always. I hope you all have a blessed week, a blessed month, and a blessed year ahead. Whenever you're watching this, whoever is watching this, I'm sending you lots of energy, love, light, and guidance in abundance. And if you've made it this far, please drop a heart in the comments below so I know you actually feel what I'm saying in this video. And if you want more videos like this, maybe that's some book reviews or just topics on like my spiritual awakenings and things I've gone through, and anything you want to see, please drop it below. I will always do my best to show up for you, and I will always do my best to be the best version of myself that can maybe help you or someone else. And don't forget to share this video with someone that could maybe understand life a bit more like we are right now. Thank you for watching. Take care and stay blessed. Peace.